Barry Cloyd's our buddy. He's been around a long time. He's been doing stuff like painting and music and being our friend. And it's good to see you, man. I'm wearing my Barry Cloyd shirt.
Oh, wow.
I have 3 new Barry Cloyds. This one, what do we call this one?
That is Dragon Skull. That's
Skull.
actually a cow skull that Brian Fox Ellis gave me, and it's I kept it in the back room for a year, and then started painting on it, and it's on our bedroom wall.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. You know you have a good friend when your friend will hand you a skull.
Well, that's not all. He gave me a pelvic girdle for the cow too, and I kept it for years. And then you turn it over and it has eyes in it. And then when I moved, I got rid of it.
Dan needs a new pelvic girdle right now. So. Hey, but
I'm glad to see you,
I'm
man.
wearing these.
Yeah.
I'm wearing these shirts. You're wearing one of yours. I've got 3 now, and I wear them. I'm not kidding you about this. Before we talk about the Stephen Stills show, every time somebody compliments them.
Well,
every
that's great.
time. So be proud of that.
People want them, just got to get a hold
I
of them.
need a trunk load so I can start selling them for you.
Oh, that's a deal, man.
Here we go. There is a show coming up called For What It's Worth, a tribute to Stephen Stills in song and story. Contemporary Arts Center, August 22nd. That's a Friday night. Beautiful.
Saturday night.
I'm looking at the copy here on the big screen. Is that a Saturday night?
Yes, it is a Saturday
Let's
night.
all make sure that we're on the same page.
Okay,
That
of
is
course,
Saturday
Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. I will say this: I think Stephen Stills is one of the most underrated writers of a generation.
Oh yeah.
His list of songs, one of my favorites that a lot of people haven't heard about, is Johnny's Garden when he was with Manassas.
You want to hear it?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hang on, I got to get my finger picks on. That's a finger pick.
That's what
song.
Dan said.
But the list of his songs is
Thank you, Barry. Thank you.
Steven's
Barry's the only
genius.
one that would laugh
Well,
at that.
I got so many Stephen Still stories
All right.
in my life, and one of the best is that I saw their absolute first live show in Chicago.
No.
It's Crosby, Stills, and Nash in the day before Woodstock in 1969.
Wow,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah, and I was on the main floor, and you know who was sitting in the balcony?
What?
Dan Fogelberg.
No
and
kidding.
Dan was contemporary. We
Yeah.
just jammed together when we
Yeah.
were kids. You know the story about Johnny's Garden?
no.
It's a great story. I don't want to ruin too many stories for the show, but when Stephen was after Manassas got big, you know, his band after Crosby, Stills and Nash and Manassas, and I played with some of those guys too. I recorded with some of them, and he had a lot of money, and he was sick of the road, and so he wanted to have a refuge, a place to go. And it just so happens there was a mansion in Surrey, England, that belonged to a gentleman by the name of Ringo Starr. Ringo sold him his house, and Stephen moved into this house, and he kept everything in the house, including the garden. And in the garden, there was a gardener, and the gardener stayed with the house, and the gardener's name was Johnny. And this is the song that Stephen wrote to talk about that very thing. There's a place I can get to where I'm safe from the city blues, and it's green and it's quiet. Only trouble was I had to buy it, and I'll do anything I got to do. Cut my hair and shine my shoes, keep on singing the blues if I can stay here in Johnny's garden. With his love and his caring, makes his life into beauty sharing, and his children are his flowers that'll give me peace in quiet hours. And I'll do anything I got to do, cut my hair and shine my shoes, keep on singing the blues if I can stay in Johnny's garden. And that's only part of it. I don't want to blow it.
Yeah,
That's
don't
a
blow
great
the whole.
song.
That is a
Beautiful
beautiful
song.
song.
Stephen was a genius.
So
Is a genius.
why you and this show? What drew you to doing this?
Basically, what drew it to me is the first time I ever heard Stephen Stills, I fell in love with not only his writing, like you said, Danny, but also his guitar playing. He's a brilliant guitarist. And just the whole thing. And then when I heard Crosby, Stills, and Nash, in there, I had heard them with their first album, which I still love it. I still do music from it. And then when I got a chance to see that show in Chicago at the Auditorium Theater, I couldn't pass it up.
Changed your life.
Joni Mitchell was the opening act. She stood on a chair to do one song, and I'll never forget it. And I've never done anything but love their stuff ever since then.
That's cool.
And fortunately, like I say, over the years, I've gotten to work with several of the guys that Stephen recorded with and worked with, and that's a total thrill. But I still, to this day, love it. And I think you're right, Danny. I think Stephen is one of the least appreciated writers.
Oh.
Everybody knows who knows CSNN and CSNNY knows what a brilliant guitarist he is. Excuse me. But he is also an incredible writer, and he's had a rough time. Everybody that's live and is that big, it's not easy. You literally give up your normal life. As you know, I'm a very good friend of Bonnie Raitt's brother, David. I've been working with him for 12 years. In fact, the first time for 3 times the show was done was in Mexico, and David was in it. I just talked to him the other day. And he's told me a lot about, David is not a full-time musician. He does it with a band, and he also has some other businesses, but he is a brilliant musician himself. And he's talked about Bonnie, and, there's a choice.
Rough, man.
And she said to him,
You're giving it up.
He had a chance for a major record contract on the East Coast, and she said to him, she says, "Look, dude, you've got some kids. At this point in time, you either have a family or you've got the road."
It's so funny watching diners, drive-ins, and dives. They'll have 3 or 4 restaurants where Guy Fieri goes, "Well, I knew this guy because he was with this band, and the band was about there, but he chose the restaurant." He goes, "Because it was easier."
Yeah.
The band was too hard.
For what
I
it's
got
worth,
back. I got back at midnight from Chicago last night.
For what it's worth, a tribute to Stephen Stills in song and story, our friend Barry Cloyd at the Contemporary Art Center in Peoria on Saturday, the 22nd. So you got a little time to get some tickets.
How do you pick out songs when he's got like 80?
I have 16 songs in the show.
Yeah. Can you give us a taste of another one real quick?
Sure. How about this one?
Okay, go.
Well, let me take my capo off here. Something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. This is an anthem for today. There's a man with a gun over there telling me I got to beware. I think it's time we stop, children. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. There's battle lines being drawn. Nobody's right if everybody's wrong. Young people speaking their minds, getting so much resistance from behind. It's time we stop, children. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. There you go. That's good enough.
That's good stuff, man. I did not know he wrote that song.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Here's the deal. Barry Cloyd and his band, right?
Yep.
T.J. Jones. I'm going to say names. Tell me if I'm right. I'm looking at the screen because I got that day wrong.
Okay.
T.J. Jones, Tom Abbott, and Bruce Burton.
Yes.
All joining you,
Yes.
otherwise known as Freedom Street Band.
Yep.
Barry Cloyd, Contemporary Art Center, a week from Saturday.
Yep.
Hey, on your artwork stuff, seriously,
Yeah.
I want to go back to that for a second because you are a very gifted artist. Can people buy that online or anything? What do you do with that?
I've sold some originals. I've sold some prints. I was going to do an online thing, and then I just thought, you know what? I've got so much going on with the musical promotion all over the place. I just don't have time to do the online promotion for the art. But I really don't. And if people want it, they can contact me. I mean, I'm easy to find.
Dude, I'm not kidding you. Well, if you're a friend of mine on Facebook, I was wearing one of your shirts over the weekend. I was visiting my granddaughter and my daughter and son-in-law in St. Louis at the aquarium. Mm-hmm. So I did it on purpose because I knew I'd be on Facebook, right? So I wore one of these shirts that I adore, and people dig them, man. So if you see that shirt, contact Barry, and he'll get you fixed up. By the way,
real quick,
yeah.
What in the midst of music and all that, they go, I'm going to start painting. How did?
Well, look at this guy. He's nuts. Yeah, Barry's been a workaholic.
Was it one of those things? Hey, I should do this, and go. Hey, I'm pretty good at this.
Well, my dad was a design engineer for Caterpillar, who went.
I didn't know that.
He was the guy who created the original triangular track track.
No
that
kidding.
that is their worldwide logo.
Yeah.
My dad was the guy who designed the original one of those.
Wow.
And so I grew up with art. My mom was a musician, and my dad was a design engineer. He was he was a folk artist. My dad was. He had lots of cool stuff that he made jewelry and all kinds of things. But he was a brilliant industrial designer.
And your wife Connie's an artist.
Yeah.
As well.
So there's one thread in all of this I get from you, and maybe even your wife and your dad. In a way, art, but you're a tinkerer.
Oh, I got to fool around with anything that's interesting. I'll dive into it. I mean, really. I mean, why not? I mean, the show I did last night in Chicago was a Ben Franklin show. They've hired, I do these edutainment shows. I got 27 of those, and they're all different niches of history and music and things. And it was I played his son William Franklin, his only surviving son, to tell Ben's story. And Ben, one of the lines in it was, "My father was interested in everything," and everything is interesting. Really,
it is.
Everything is.
If you allow yourself to be curious.
Yeah. Curiosity is. I think it's the driver for any art, any success is curiosity.
By the way, do you know Ben Franklin wrote Southern Cross?
I did not know that. I did not know that.
But Ben Franklin, I did 2 songs that he wrote last night in the show.
Wow.
Yeah. He was a musician too.
All right, go see Barry Cloyd and his buddy, the Freedom Street Band. His buddies, the Freedom Street Band. Saturday, August 22nd, Contemporary Arts Center, Peoria.
Here's how you get tickets, though. You go to 309tix.com.
Got it.
309tix.com.
Get them ahead of time; it'll sell out.
It's getting close right now. So please come and see us, folks. We'd love to see you there. It's going to be a great show.
Here's what I prescribe for you for the rest of the day.
Okay.
You go home from this nonsense of the Greg and Dan show, and you just sit down on a couch, take a snooze. You had a late night last night. Get a nap in and proceed later.
I tried to nap and it doesn't work.
Okay, no.
I'm going to go home and have some coffee.
All right. Good to see you, Barry.
Thank you, guys.